leadership could cause. Shehu wondered if critics expected Buhari to cover up these suspected scandals by not ordering audits and investigations so that they can accuse him of cover-up later. The presidential aide said to do a cover-up and not order audits and investigation, as what the president did, would amount to a historic betrayal of the mandate and the faith placed in him by Nigerians, adding that Buhari's integrity, uprightness and probity were intact and well known. He cited the fact that the economic community of West African states, African Union and the international community at large recognized the president as champion of the anti-corruption fight in Africa. In his 5 years in office, Shehu said there is not a single charge of corruption against Buhari. While saying that disinformation is not a viable option for opposition, the presidential aide insisted that the Buhari administration has done nothing to warrant the criticisms. He, however, admitted that the war against corruption in the country is currently at crossroads, urging all Nigerians to join hands with the administration to prosecute the war successfully. Meanwhile, President Muhammadu Buhari's senior special assistant and media and publicity, Garuba Shehu, has told Nigerians to prepare for surprises as the presidential panel investigating suspended acting chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, Ibrahim Mago, gets set to submit its findings. Shehu stated this while speaking on a television program yesterday. He admitted the presidency had been receiving little updates from the Justice Ayo Salami-led panel. Mago is under investigation for allegedly mismanaging loot recovered by EFCC. He was arrested on the 6th of July and released after spending 10 days in detention. There is an intense security beef-up at the venue of the ongoing investigative hearing into alleged financial malfeasance at the Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC. An unusual presence of policemen and National Assembly security operatives were noticed at Room 231, new building in the House of Representatives. Guests already seated were asked to vacate the hall for proper security search. The Minister for Niger Delta Affairs, Senator Goswi Akpabio, and Acting Managing Director of NDDC, and a host of other stakeholders are expected to appear before the committee. It was, however, not immediately clear why the policemen were drafted to the venue, but journalists noticed guests were being subjected to serious screening, while those who supposedly have no business inside the hall were sent out. In the meantime, a former Kaduna Central District Senator, Shehu Sani, has reacted to an increase in train fare for the Abuja to Kaduna service by the federal government. Journalists had reported that the Minister of Transport, Chibuike Amechi, announced a 100% increment in train fare for the Abuja to Kaduna service. Amechi last Saturday told journalists that the fare will double due to the COVID-19 pandemic. He also said that the reason behind the increment was that the coach previously carried 88 passengers, but when they resume the service, the coach will be carrying just 40 passengers. However, Sani, in a tweet through his Twitter account today, said that such development was unjust, unfair and insensitive, given that people are suffering already due to the recent coronavirus pandemic. He also advised the transportation minister to make things easier for the people, adding that tables might turn any day. The People's Democratic Party, PDP, has accused the All Progressives Congress, APC candidate, Pastor Sagi Zeyamo, of peddling falsehood following his allegation that the PDP ticket was sold to Governor Godwin Obaseki at 15 billion naira. Speaking in Port Harcourt, Rivers State, at the weekend, the Edo PDP Campaign Council said there was no truth in Izeyamo's allegation. The leader of the Publicity Committee of the Council, High Chief Raymond Aspirant Dokwesi, accompanied by other members of the committee like Senator Dino Melaye, wondered where the governor would have drawn such amount of money to give to the party. Dokwesi said it was unimaginable that Ize Yamo, who defected to the PDP in 2016 to contest a similar position without giving anybody a dime, would be making such an allegation. He asked the people to ignore what he referred to as the propaganda and lies of the APC, saying the allegation was designed to pitch PDP members in Edo against the leaders. The Kwesi warned that federal might would not work in Edo, saying any attempt to deploy such might would be resisted by the people's power. Meanwhile, one of the governorship aspirants of the All Progressives Congress APC in Ondo State, Dr. Shegun Abraham, has announced his discontinuation from the race. The aspirant, who is said to be a close associate of the national leader of the party, Bola Tinubu, pulled out of the race this morning, just a few hours to the commencement of the exercise. The media officer of Olusegun Abraham campaign organization, Kunle Adumashi, confirmed this development to journalists. Adumashi said Dr. Abraham is no more participating in the primary because he does not trust the process. Meanwhile, the chairman of Ondo APC governorship primary election, Yaya Bello, has declared that the primary would hold today as scheduled. The chairman, who is also the Kogi State's governor, said he had no power to postpone the primary. Bello stated this at a meeting with governorship aspirants in Akure, the state's capital, today. Most of the aspirants were said to be calling for the postponement of the primary, but the committee chairman turned down the requests. The commander, Ekiti State Security Network, Amotekun Corps, retired Brigadier General Joe Komolafe, has said membership of hunters associations, vigilante groups, and Odua People's Congress does not guarantee automatic employment into the outfit in the state. Komolafe who reiterated that the best and most suitable applicants would be enlisted for the security network, however said members of such organizations with proven record of integrity stand better chances than other applicants who are inexperienced in native security matters. The Corps Commandant spoke when members of the Amotekun board, led by Chairman Mr. Akinyaregbeshola, paid sensitization visits to traditional rulers and council chairmen in Emore, Isiorun, Ikere, Ikole, Oye, and Ilejemeje council areas to seek support for the security outfit. He said the recruitment, which had begun through online registration, is gender sensitive and accessible to both male and female between the ages of 18 and 60 years. The board chairman, Aregbeshola, appealed to the traditional rulers to help in the gathering of information that will help the Corps and as well ensure putting a stop to incursion of criminals in their communities. Meanwhile, suspected Fulani herdsmen have allegedly killed 19 persons in a fresh attack in Kukumdaji village of Kara local government area of Kano State. About 31 people also sustained various degrees of injuries in the attack last night. The president of the community, Mr. Yashen Sunday Titus, who confirmed the incidents to journalists, said that the victims were attacked at a wedding party in one of the houses in the community. He explained that the attackers stormed the village at exactly 10:35 p.m., heavily armed, and started shooting sporadically at the villagers, resulting to the killing and injuring of other victims. According to him, 32 survivors were rushed to the hospital, but 2 of them later died. Yashen added that some of the villagers are missing, stressing that security have been drafted to the community. That ends Timsad Media News as edited by Afolabi Kokar and brought to you by Olamide Tejuoso. Good afternoon and have a great day.